Hey everyone, welcome back to the VG Cerii Draft League. We're playing week 4 a little bit early because I'm going to be in Indianapolis this weekend. And I still have a lot of prep to do for getting ready for Indianapolis. So we gotta do this when I have time. This week we are playing against the Ontario Oguris. Their roster is Mega Gardevoir, Crocodile, Talonflame, Tsareena, Mega Clefable, Basculegion, Gallade, Empoleon, Orthworm, and Camerupt. We just got through our season or our mid-season window for changing our teams. I traded away 3 Pokemon. I got rid of Mega Skarmory for Mega Lucario, and in order to make the points work for that, I got rid of Quaquaval for Simipour, and I got rid of Scovillain for Torterra, just to make things a little bit easier to handle, I think. Torterra is a really good ground type in Trick Room, and it has access to Wide Guard. So I think it can potentially add a new dynamic to my team, and I really wanted to just get Mega Lucario because a better fighting type than Quaquaval seemed super important, and a better secondary Mega than Skarmory felt necessary. Skarmory was really disappointing to me last week, and that was the first time that I really felt like I could bring it to a game. Of course, now my opponent also made some changes. Their new pickups were Gallade, Empoleon, and Mega Clefable. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with this. I think this week is not going to be quite as difficult as last week, but they can still surprise me. So we're going to go into my team. So my team for this week, I have my Mega Gengar, who is just all out on offense this week. I expect that it's going to be more important for me to just do damage this week. There's not as much stuff that's super concerning that could potentially be getting around my Gengar, but we'll see. I think Whimsicott is also going to be very important. This week I'm bringing Helping Hand because I don't want to get stopped by Tsareena, so I don't want to run Fake Tears. And I'm running Encore, Moonblast, and Tailwind, as usual. Pretty much the same set that I ran last week, but this time I am on Focus Sash on Whimsicott. My Ninetales, I have just enough speed that I can outspeed their Crocodile, even if they are Jolly. I've got Blizzard, Aurora Veil, Protect, and Disable this week. Blizzard is pretty much the only thing I need offensively into this team. I want Aurora Veil just to make it so that I can actually work around having no bulk Gengar. And Disable will just make things a little bit easier if I have to deal with the Scarf Pokemon. I'm worried a little bit about Scarf Basculegion potentially, and Scarf Crocodile could be an issue, but I don't think it'll be too terrible. We have Dragonite. Dragonite is just a standard set this week, pretty much. I have Rosalai Berry because I am running Inner Focus, so I can get around the Intimidate from Crocodile. And with that, I am running Dragon Claw, Extreme Speed, and Rock Slide. I'm running a bunch of bulk. Basically, he's just here to be a support damage dealer. And then I have Lucario. My Mega Lucario is, I believe I'm running just enough speed that I can also outspeed Crocodile with this after I Mega Evolve. Yeah, that looks right. And then I'm running Close Combat, Meteor Mash, and Rock Slide. We're just running a bunch of damage on this guy. And Armarouge. We are running Scarf Armarouge this week. I'm hoping that I can trick something, potentially Tsareena, so that I can really just damage their flexibility. I can potentially trick something like Talonflame as well, just so that they get locked into a move that they might not want. Or I can trick Camerupt or Gallade so that they don't get as good of a position in Trick Room. But I have Wide Guard, so I can deal with Hyper Voices. I have I can kind of get around Earthquakes or anything else that they're using as far as spread as well. Muddy Waters from the Basculegion. And then I have Armor Cannon and Weather Ball. Weather Ball is here so that I have something that I can click into the Crocodile. If I combine my Armarouge with my Alolan Ninetales. We should be getting into the game soon, so I am going to make a lobby. I will message my opponent. Given that this week is going to be so busy with work and regionals coming up, I still have not recorded my week 2/week 3 draft recap yet. I will be attempting to get that done not tomorrow morning, but maybe on Thursday. We're recording on Tuesday right now. I'll find time. Yeah, it'll be a relatively long recording. It's probably going to take about 2.5 hours if I had to guess. Maybe 3. We'll see. I could also just watch the games a little bit faster this time. But I'll get it out before the week 4 stuff goes in. For now, we are just going to wait for my opponent to show up. I'm being told less than 2 minutes. While my opponent is getting ready for that, I should start a note sheet because I did not take notes last week. I should be taking notes when I play. Alright, here we go. Alright. We do not see Gallade, which is interesting. I think Lucario looks very, very important here. I want to be able to deal with the Talonflame early. I want to be able to deal with Crocodile as well. I kind of want to just off-rip lead Lucario and Whimsicott. I think that'll be good. We'll bring my Dragonite in the back. Dragonite doesn't seem as important, actually, because They have 2 Pokemon that resist dragon and 2 Pokemon that are immune to dragon. I kind of want to bring it anyways, just because Rock Slide and Extreme Speed are good. But I think it's probably better if I have... I need Armarouge for sure. And I'll bring Dragonite because Extreme Speed will be good regardless. I mean, I don't hate bringing Ninetales here either. Let's bring Ninetales this game. Okay, we've got pretty much what I expected to see. So we're just going to immediately fire the Tailwind here. And go for CC into the Crocodile. As long as we can remove the Crocodile, we should be more or less fine here. It's possible, given that they let it, that it is Scarf Crocodile, so that is still a concern. They do go for their own Tailwind. And we get the CC off into Crocodile. Crocodile is Focus Sash. That is good to know. And they just go for EQ. This turn, I'm willing to just go for the Helping Hand and Blizzard, knowing that my Ninetales is almost definitely faster. You see Flare Blitz into Ninetales, that's fine. And that takes out both. That Focus Sash is going to be a little bit of a problem, but it's not the worst thing ever. We see Empoleon and Gardevoir. This is not a super awesome situation. I'm expecting an Aqua Jet. No Aqua Jet. That did not do nearly enough damage. And they have Blizzard as well. And they go for the Trick Room. Trick Room makes this a little more difficult. They go for Hydro Pump. That's just gonna KO me. Okay. Game 2. Knowing where the Focus Sash is will definitely help me. They don't know where my Focus Sash is. I'm expecting a similar game plan. I think it's reasonable for me to go with a similar game plan as well. I'm just gonna run it back, I think, because if I play this differently and I don't lose Lucario early, then I'm still okay. Okay, we see Gardevoir up front. And this is pretty good for me. I'm expecting to see Flare Blitz. We are just going to go for the pivot to Armarouge now. That removes their Gale Wings. And this puts me in a position where I can just Flash Fire Armor Cannon into their Empoleon. They are just faster than me. That is really scary, but that's okay. Empoleon gets blasted. So let's encore their Talonflame. Yeah, let's encore their Talonflame this turn and switch out to my Alolan Ninetales. Of course, they go for Earthquake. I'm pretty free to just Tailwind here and Blizzard. And they're stuck in a really nasty spot here. Because now I have staggered Tailwind by 2 turns. And they just don't have enough damage to get through my whole team. The freeze on Gardevoir is just icing on the cake. They use Gunk Shot. They're clearly very willing to just click inaccurate moves all day long. We get the Moonblast off. Meteor Mash misses. But they are still frozen. And we have Tailwind, they don't. This turn, we're just going to click Rock Slide. The Meteor Match miss is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. I don't really love that we missed, because it means that they do have outs still. But they do still have to get through my whole team, pretty much. As long as I can get this down to Ninetales versus Gardevoir, we're still okay. And we hit both with Rock Slide. So Ninetales and Whimsicott are both able to handle this. They do Thaw and they get Trick Room off, but that's okay. We're just going to Moonblast and protect this turn. That's fine. Since we have Armor Rouge in the back, this will be okay. Let's just go for Armor Cannon. This will be okay. We can go for Armor Cannon, we can go for Meteor Mash. Is probably not the best option. It's okay. As long as I hit the Armor Cannon, we're good. Hyper Voice isn't going to do enough to either. Cool. Okay, so we do go to game 3. Does this mode have anything that deals with Empoleon well? Gengar can deal with Empoleon well enough. Okay, they go for the Earthworm, and this makes sense. So this turn, we're just going to go for the Moonblast plus Blizzard. I'm expecting a Shed Tail out of Earthworm this turn. Good lord. That's fine. We'll get Blizzard off. It doesn't do like a ton to the Earthworm, but it's fine. It does enough. Crocodile being gone is going to make it a lot easier to handle this with Gengar. They send out Gardevoir behind the sub, which is okay. And they send out Empoleon. Okay. So we're still in good shape here. Let's go for the Moonblast Aurora Veil play here. I'm expecting a Trick Room to go off. And they don't know that my Whimsicott is Sash yet. Flash Cannon. Wow, that just does not KO. They go for Trick Room. Fantastic. So let's Encore them. And go for the Disable. Into Empoleon. So now they've put themselves in a really bad situation here. Because now I can Encore them into Protect. And they have to pivot out. Yeah. They have to pivot out in order to keep the substitute if they want. So, we are doing just fine here. We freeze the Earthworm, Mr. Schlurm. And they do go for TR again. But this is fine. What we're going to do this turn, we are going to just go for the Helping Hand and Blizzard. I'm pretty sure between Snow and Aurora Veil I should take an Iron Head. Encore ends. I do want to keep them Encored if possible. We're just gonna click Blizzard here. Yeah, that's fine. We'll pivot out to Dragonite this turn. I think we're in a very good spot here. go for Flash Cannon, that hits his Dragonite, it doesn't do a whole lot. And we get the Thunderbolt off. That does enough. They are citrus, but that is not a problem. Because now, this turn, we are faster. So we're just going to go for the Sludge Bomb and Extreme Speed into their Gardevoir. And this should remove them before they can trigger him again. That is perfectly fine. We can just Thunderbolt this turn and go for the Aurora Veil. And GG's to my opponent. We are now 3-1 coming out of week 4. And with that, our next week's game is going to be probably a little bit later. We are playing the East Coast Esper next, which is another very difficult game. So I will be back hopefully soon with the recap for weeks 2 and 3, and then after that will be the recap for week 4 probably. The recap for week 4 will probably be coming after Indianapolis. Hopefully going to be happening sometime early next week, like Monday or Tuesday. I expect that I will be able to record the recap for weeks 2 and 3 either tomorrow or Thursday. With that, I will see you all next time.